We had a long-ass investigation yesterday. Alright, not the last stream. A long investigation. And... let's see here. I'm trying to remember because it's been a little bit. Okay, so we started the chapter. They reintroduced Nekomaru. So Nekomaru was turned into a robot, and then we went to the new island. So far, this chapter was very different from the previous ones too. Where in the previous ones, yeah, I'm on the one where Nekomaru is dead. Yeah. I stopped. Usually I try to do the entire trial. I tried to do the entire chapter, but this one was really long. So we went to chapter 4. We found a new island in chapter 4. It was like an amusement park island, and Monokuma tempted all the people with like a file on their student life and parts for a ship. The ship parts turned out to be a con. It actually turned out to be boat ship parts, but he basically tricked us into locking us into a funhouse, and he was trying to starve us to death. And that was our motivation, was the kill. If we kill, we'll get food, pretty much. Which kind of violates the rules in a bit. It kind of violates the rules because that's directly... I mean, he's influencing the play, but that's directly causing death by taking away their resources. So in a sense, if anyone would have died, it would have been his fault, and he would have violated his own rules. But the game, nobody in the game has acknowledged that at all. But Nekomaru turned up, and I gotta say, I don't know. I have no idea who his killer is. I was assuming it was the mechanic, but for some reason I'm now questioning that. Towards the end, I was questioning that, and I thought it would be Akane, just because she cared about him. But I really don't know what to think. How do you kill a robot? Disassemble him? But, I got nobody, I can't really pick someone with confidence before the trial. My choices are either the mechanic, Akane, or I actually kind of think it's, Chiaki. Which I don't want to, I hope it's not, but I'm kind of thinking it's Chiaki too. Alright, I'm gonna go over the files. So that we can get the information and have, like, better, since we took a day off. Well, yeah, I think it's Chiaki because she wanted to go through the game. And then when I was gonna go through the game, she stopped me. That's the only reason why I think it's her, which is probably not enough information. Akane can't be the killer? She's here to be the baby incubator if you reach the bad ending. You got substitutes. Alright, let's go through this. The victim is Nekomaru Nidai, aka Mechamaru, after his robotic transformation. His body was discovered in Grape Tower. which is inside the funhouse. His body is severely damaged and beyond repair, so that shall be considered the cause of death. Despite the fact that his arms and legs are dismembered, these limbs are actually designed to be detachable, and it seems they were separated due to a severe impact. Aside from that, several other areas of his body are damaged. Because of this, many of his functions seem to have shut off. Nekomaru's body and left leg were tied with a metal wire. The tip of that wire was also tied in a loop. Odd. Why would his leg's missing, so it seems like he got trapped by that wire. But then if he did, how did that wire get all around him? That seems weird. Oh, I had another, yeah, one thing I also that makes me unsure about who the killer is what's his name? Nagito? What he said, where all the killings so far have been a mimic of the past game. Well, we're on the 4th trial, and in the last game, the 4th trial was a suicide. So, but I doubt it would be the same, you know? The button on the back of Nekomaru's neck when he pressed, the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. When this button is pressed, all Nekomaru's functions cease, and he is forced to enter sleep mode. Oil has flowed out of Nekomaru's body. A majority of it came from his fatal head wound. One of the pillars on the side of the door was tipped over. The damage area of the pillar was also stained. It was so heavy that even 2 people couldn't budge it. So how did they move that over? An enormous hammer found on the floor of the tower. It was completely clean, almost as if it was brand new. A chain was wrapped around the handles of the door at the back of the Grape Tower. For some reason, the killer was able to enter from the Strawberry Hill. Apparently, Akane heard a rumbling noise at 5:30 a.m. A lot of small pieces of stone were scattered underneath Nekomaru's body. However, these were not fragments. There were not fragments on top of his body. Odd. Because you think there would be if he got smacked in the head by a pillar. Apparently, Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walk towards the first floor of the Strawberry House at 5 a.m. For some reason, the killer was able to enter the tower from the Strawberry Hill. But the door to Strawberry Hill is locked off. So they didn't take the elevator. Welcome back, Rose. At 5:30 a.m., the alarm wall clock in the lounge in the Strawberry Hill second floor started going off. Fuyuhiko was at the lounge by coincidence and managed to stop the alarm, but Kazuichi and Gundam rushed to the lounge after being alerted by the sound. However, Nagito was apparently the only one who didn't hear it. The contact elevator used to move between both houses was broken and no longer worked. It was apparently broken at the Grape House side. So the last person to use it would have arrived at the Grape House. The button in Strawberry Hill that opened the door to the tower was broken. Nagito was supposed to be at the Strawberry House, but he appeared at Grape House via some unknown method. The contact elevator should have been broken. Apparently, the compass needle spins 180 degrees while it was inside the contact elevator. So that means the elevator, it just turns. It doesn't move up and down or left or right. It rotates. Nekomaru's used his alarm clock to recover from sleep mode. The clock arms stopped at 7:30, and the alarm was also set to 7:30 as well. Odd. The clock in Nekomaru's chest receives radio waves at fixed intervals and automatically adjusts itself if its time is off. Basically, it's an amazingly precise clock that can't be tampered with, not even to set the time. A doorknob found under the tip pillar. The screws at the base are pulled out, and there are some scratch marks on the knob itself. One of the doorknobs from the far back of the strawberry house was missing. So this doorknob was originally attached to that door. Strange feeling in the tower. Regardless of whether you enter from the grape hall or the strawberry hall, the placement of Nekomaru's body and the tipped over pillar, the oil stains, and even the disassembled parts Kazuichi arranged look exactly the same. That's odd. So I have no idea what to figure out. We know Nagito is the second person to do the final death room. So someone had to do it first. Because someone got the hammer and the wire, and that was in the room. So someone had to do it first. And that would have gave them the ability to travel between both of the houses without having to use the elevator or the doors. Which would explain how the Strawberry Hall door got broken. But it doesn't really explain why there's two Nekomaros that look the same. Yeah, see, I got no idea. So much damage, it could only have been one person. Quick, arrest Santa Claus. So yeah, I don't know who to suspect. Set skills. Holy shit, 53 points? Might as well. Also, I just wanted to mention, I pay attention to the numbers rows because if I continue to stay where I am, eventually I'm just gonna have to stop streaming. Which isn't a bummer for, I imagine it's not a bummer for most people because people will just start to watch other people, but it's a bummer for me. So I always want to try to at least stay positive because I don't want that day to come. That's why I worry about it.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
I don't think it's Gundam.
I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go.
Yeah.
Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Hey Garrett, what's up?
I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower for Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Wait, why is the photo not
Hajime was
Mekamaru?
With Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning? Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
What a white knight.
We could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
Definitely.
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
Excuse me?
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
Some lady, like, cut her boyfriend's dick off and put it in a blender. Don't give me that sexist bullshit.
No. Enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident.
Yeah, seriously, some lady cut off her husband's dick while he was sleeping, and she put it in a blender.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon. Well, the weapon is obvious, right? What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
Can you tell what the weapon is just by looking? It wouldn't be much of a mystery if it were that true. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... I'd say the pillar. Hey, Pika, what's up?
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
No.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
No. The hammer in the tower was the weapon. Like he said, it looks like that's the case, but...
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him. Damn it!
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
Okay.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating.
Okay, I guess it has nothing to do with the tipped over pillar. That's what I figured. The tip over pillar is the weapon, really.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer!
Not the chain.
The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
Pillar
If it was
fragments?
unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
Broken doorknob.
That's right. It was
Wire.
a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
Oh, you gotta use hammer.
No, the hammer.
Okay.
The killer used that hammer and beat
the crap out of him.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
But discard it where?
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Baby gangsta? Me?
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Yeah, sure.
I thought maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
Yeah, sure. I believe that.
Seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
The pillar.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The actual weapon has oil on it, but if that is something at the crime scene, the broken pillar.
I see.
The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
It's no use, it's barely budging. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that pillar was pretty freaking heavy.
I like how she looks like she has a
There's
butt
one
on her
dude
chest.
who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't
Oh,
be
you know
stupid.
what?
He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. The word suicide. By the way, the fourth member of the killing school life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh? No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Oh, God. What was that? Sonia, here I go! Broken doorknob, goodnight button. It's probably the goodnight button.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
When are you not excited? The killer murdered Nekomaru's by tipping over the pillar. Is that really
There's
it?
no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
The killer murdered Nekomaru by tipping over the pillar. Is that really it?
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
What? What about tipping the pillar over? No.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight.
No, it's not it.
Damn it!
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed
What
right
about
for his
tipping
head
the
and
pillar
bullseye.
over?
Even I could probably tip it over.
Tipped over pillar.
Considering the pillar's weight.
There's only two options in this one.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the
Yeah,
pillar
I
was
got
not
no
lifted,
idea what it is. Chain? It's
beating
not
him with it is
chain.
beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
Is that really it?
There's no need to lift that pillar.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Tipping the pillar over.
They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
Alright, we got tipping it over and
There's
weight.
no need to lift that pillar.
Oil on the floor, tipped over
If the
pillar.
pillar was not lifted, beating him
Chain.
with it is beyond a dream.
Pillar fragments.
What about tipping
Broken
the pillar
doorknob.
over? They aimed right for his
Wire.
head and bullseye.
I've already
Even I
used
could
wire on
probably
both
tip
of
it
them, so
over.
it's not wire.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton
Oil
of
on the
force.
floor.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
There's no need to lift that pillar.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
The pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
This is probably not it.
No, that's wrong.
That was it? What?
If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
That was a shot in the dark.
Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed it, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
Shut up.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Oh god, here he goes.
There's
Huh?
another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, same as usual. You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter.
What is up with him?
What
Why
a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh. What did you say? Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Hey, Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A wire.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
What?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Watch it turn out to be
Of
the
course
wire.
I know, but I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon. I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory.
Gundam, shut up.
It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
Shut up.
No,
You're...
you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark davas of destruction.
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Because you're getting cucked.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse.
God, she loves doing that pose.
Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Sweet!
Damn, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
The two houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
This whole time we've been thinking the two towers are the same building, but if that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would have mentioned it here.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
Yeah, but those are projections.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
We already know those are projections.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
Damn. Grape Tower and Strawberry Tower should have been in the same building. If you claim to have an argument, you must provide me with adequate proof.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Maybe it's the broken doorknob.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower
This is two
are
doors.
actually the exact same place.
No, it's not the broken doorknob.
Damn it! In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
No, that's wrong. Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down!
Bow down.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
While we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower,
Who would have moved it?
but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
What kind of saying is that? If there's no bread, let them eat cake? What kind of saying is this?
There are many different ways. The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
I decree.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
No.
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene? He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
No, there's definitely a hole in what she just said. I need to show her the evidence that contradicts that.
You have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything. He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
Oil on the floor.
Damn it! There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
I decree.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crime.
Allow me to cut through those
So he
words.
moved the oil in the exact same spot? Okay, sure.
Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor. When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
Yeah,
It's
you
all
better
right.
apologize.
A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
The mystery's tied into the secret of the funhouse. We don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. Then the only thing we can do is rely on one person who has the clues.
Hey, Nagito, I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. Tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
You performed the appropriate action in order to learn the secret? Could he be talking about the life-threatening game?
I see.
You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you.
Just to
At
show
an
you.
opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito's grinned creepily as he retrieved the small digital camera from his inner pocket.
See? This is it.
And as he said that, he showed us the peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
What doesn't make sense in this picture? The tower. It's the tower, right? There's only one picture. There's only one tower in the picture. That's why, which means it's unnatural at all. Don't you agree?
Here!
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange.
I'm not following. I'm
This photo
confused.
doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
I see. And is that it?
Nagito said there's a lot of things that don't make sense, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. Chat, I was speaking out loud.
Here!
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle. Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind you. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
Wait, did I miss something? The structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was. The Grape House and Strawberry House should be linked to the tower in the middle, which means if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you would see Grape House behind it. In this photo, you don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
That's right. Good call. In summary, This is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me. If you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
The other clue? Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come here? Hey, take it easy, Zarf. Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
So that's what's, so that thing's just now, whoa. Thanks for the follow, it's Yukina? Is that how you pronounce your name? Thanks for following. Was that thing just now another hint to figuring out the mystery behind the funhouse structure? The real reason Nagito appeared from the third floor? Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I think about it. Alright, let's do this. Oh, is that a logic dive? Nice. Best minigame, chat. Fuck, I wasn't looking. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? Yes. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? They're two different buildings. Fuck! How are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other? Vertically. Nice.
It's all coming together. Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House.
So they were on top of Grape House, is what they're trying to say.
Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Strawberry House is located above.
I see.
On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
But what does that mean about the compass rotating?
What about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with 2 different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were 2 separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
I want to know where the exit is.
You've just been Kuma'd! Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
It's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh my god.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? That guy is a creep beyond creep. Wow, I did not know you could just leave it. You could just keep doing this.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
She's so interested
Shut
in
up, just
Gundam.
pick one of them.
She's so interested in Gundam. The dummy of Nekomaru's body exists. Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? But is something like that even possible?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? But is something like that even possible?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
Damn it!
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body.
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. I feel like that's it.
It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
It's only two options.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
He died
So
with a
which one was
mechanical
the fake
body
body?
and
Shut
a
up,
dummy.
Just pick one of them! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
Damn it!
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Chain,
And hurry up, dumbass!
broken doorknob.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut
I have
up! Just
no
pick
idea.
one of them!
Dummy of Nekomaru's body exists. But is there something like that even possible? Hey, what's up, Prodigy? How's it going, man?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
No, that's wrong! Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Oh, I didn't have it on auto.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right?
I don't like that point, the strange feeling in the tower. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer.
Yeah,
If he
Yeah, I
was,
agree. It should have been
he wouldn't have
Kazuichi's
fixed the
account.
elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
Because that makes more sense.
I see. That is disappointing.
But I guess the clue's called Strange Feeling.
Even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
A device like that? A device that transports things to different floors in the same building. I feel like I've seen that before. Alright, let's do this. Oh, is this gonna be Hangman's Gambit? Shit. Oops. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, it's like, why can't I shoot it? God, this is going bad so fast. So many E's. Oh shit, you can combine. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to restart. Can I speed it up? Time's up. Because I want to.
We will never give up!
Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that.
Got it! You must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them. Not even the fact that they're all moved with an elevator. One thing that they all have in common is they were all on the floor. They were all heavy. They were all on the floor.
I see! Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change? And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
There's something unique about the elevator? Only the floor moves. Only enter at one side. There's no ceiling. Only the floor
I
moves.
see! So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was.
Yeah, but I thought that
That's
was
why we
pretty
saw
common
different
sense
doors
since we
in each
figured it out
tower.
it was an elevator. The diagram clearly shows that.
Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me! Take responsibility for yourself!
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Yes, you.
Wait, there's no way that's gonna happen! Stop with the tasteless jokes!
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like you said, I can probably use these parts to repair the button, but... Seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's gonna happen to the chain on the other side of the door? Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on Strawberry Hill's side, the door won't open as long as the chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
I mean, it makes
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
Could have bought them.
It would have been a major inconvenience.
Could have bought them more time.
After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
It means the building moves. It means the entire building moves. If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on the right. When my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction?
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
He's getting so jealous. Gundam and Sonya have matching arguments. It sounds like it makes sense, but is that really correct? He's getting so
the
jealous.
two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning
It's clearly contradictory.
Wait, Kazuichi's account. Apparently the compass needle spins 180 degrees when you're inside the elevator. Yeah, that has to be it.
if the two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong.
That one was easy.
The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, that's pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
Explained it all! Very
inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
What an octagon is? It's 6.
Crap!
Oh, that's a hexagon. Oops.
I see!
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
Why did I think it was 6?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable. I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
The place where the name Octagon. But nothing is... Grape House is an octagon, but isn't Grape House 6-sided?
Crap!
Well, that's only...
Crap! 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 Crap!
Yeah, I've clicked on literally everything.
Crap! Crap!
We will never give up!
Oh.
Crap!
Okay, so you can't rotate it. Okay. Right here.
Crap!
Here! You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room.
Ah.
In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse. Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery. And then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
What's up, Waterboy? How's it going, man?
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building.
Is it Reicher or
But
Reacher?
more importantly,
What's up?
you ever seen the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nakamura? Who is the killer who did that? Suspended. Why, hello there. I thought of a new bad word to call mon ami. Oh, you can already tell I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. I'm here to use it to insult and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Mon ami is seriously a what? That was more straightforward than I expected. Stupid fatty. That's not it. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack, incorporating all three of those would be. Ta-da! What? There's a fat hidden in there.
Everyone, all together now. Mon ami is a serious Stu Fatley.
Stu Fatley. Save progress.